Lunch at SLUH is fast. Too fast. With just 25 minutes, students have to choose eat, socialize, or study. Some say it keeps things efficient. Others think it's not enough. So, should SLUH's lunch be longer? To find out, we're speaking with those who experience it firsthand: students, faculty, and staff.
My name is Daniel Schulte. I am the Assistant Dean of Students. I'm the Director of Security, and I am the Commons Wrangler of all mischief and misdeeds that happen in the servery. Every single day for 7 years, I have to tell the kids to pick up their trash and stack their chairs. You know what you have to do. When it's time to go, you know what you need to do. But if I don't tell you specifically to stack your chairs, pick up your trash, throw it away, get the trash on your table, you just don't do it. And it's just every single day. And if I don't say it and beat you up, you just, oh yeah, I forgot I had to clean up my mess. It's so infuriating when you guys just don't realize. For 7 years, you're a senior, McCoy. If I didn't tell you every day, like, oh, I forgot to bring my trash, do it, trash can. Yeah, that's infuriating. I mean, especially for the freshmen, like that's where our biggest complaint comes. The shadow kids, their biggest complaint they have is the lunch is too short. But our problem, like you guys are great with the juniors and seniors because you have an activity period or studium that lead right into it. So you have like an hour and a half for your lunch, right? And you have little amounts of time that the freshmen and sophomores don't get. So you're in a better place than they are. So you guys have enough time to eat your food leisurely and hang out with your friends and kind of unwind from the day. But freshmen and sophomores, I think, need more time. They have 25 minutes to go through the line, get food, clean up their mess, and get out. And it's sometimes when they're running out of food and they're trying to find what they want to have, and it's not. We need a little more time, at least in the second lunch.
Why do students struggle with throwing things away properly?
That's a hard question. It's a question the sustainability folks have been trying to answer. I think it's a combination of just not thinking about it, and a little bit of just perhaps not realizing that it's important.
Would a longer lunch help students clean up, or would it just be more of a mess?
I don't think it would add to the mess, and I think the issue of cleaning up might be separate from the issue of stuff left in the cafeteria. But I do think that students probably need a few more minutes for lunch than they have. I think they're rushed, and so perhaps the sort of rush to leave the cafeteria contributes to people just throwing things in the first container that they see.
Getting everybody through the line and through the servery is sometimes a challenge. I've been here almost 3 years, and we've kind of switched around so many different ways, when it comes to entering the servery and leaving the servery and making our cashier stands, farther away from the servery and adding in our stanchions, so you guys have correct lines and stuff. I think the only thing that would possibly help to kind of let the flow, go a little bit more smooth would be to extend it, even if it's a 5 minutes or 10 minutes longer in lunch. I think it would help alleviate a lot of the stress for the students. For us, it really doesn't matter whether it's 5 or 10, but I think a lot of the students, they're stressing because, again, once that bell rings, they're coming through the servery and they're running through, grabbing their food and going to the cashier and then, trying to sit down and enjoy that meal. For my team, it would help a little bit because we can prepare to have the food out there, because we, once we're out of food, we're going to go to the back and we're going to get more, right? I think if you guys have more time, we would have more time to make sure that we're never out of any sort of food, so we have to go to the back.
I'm Kevin Foy. I'm the Assistant Principal for Academics.
Why is lunch only this long? And what would it take to make it longer?
So it is the length that it is because we are pretty bound by the end of the day. Huge numbers of our students are athletes. And in order to get students to games that are sometimes really far away, in order to get them to enough practice time and get home in a reasonable hour and all that sort of stuff, the day can't end that late. So we feel like we pushed it as late as we can. If it goes any later, then we're going to have to start dramatically increasing the number of early releases so that kids can make, their game against Parkway West or whatever. And losing, the whole baseball team and the whole football team and the whole lacrosse team and the whole rugby team is just really disruptive to all of the last period classes. So we don't want to go any later in the day.
I spend a lot of my lunch period working and socializing. I try and get in both at the same time, and just to get everything in the short amount of time we have.
If lunch were longer, what would you be able to do with the extra time?
Ooh, I'd be able to like really have the mental break that I think lunch is supposed to be. I'd be able to like get my work in, really have time to socialize with friends, and have a healthy time to eat lunch and digest, and it'd be a good break.
Lunch for me is super important. Like, as an athlete, I'm in season right now. It's super important that I eat well and get my calories in and all meals and making sure my body's in shape and giving myself the best, putting myself in the best position to be an athlete at the end of the day after school at practice or at games is super important. I can do that through lunch. So I would say I definitely have to rush to finish eating. Part of that is because I try to eat a lot. I do eat a lot. What I started doing, because I literally don't have enough time, is I eat my sandwich and chips during lunch, and then I bring fruit, protein bar, meat stick, and a little dessert thing with me after lunch, and I eat it in class. Sometimes I have to sneak, sometimes I don't, but I can't get through. I usually get to the lunch table at 11:30ish. And then we're usually dismissed about 11:45, 11:50. So 15, 20 minutes to eat. I aim to eat 1,000 calories, right? 15, 20 minutes to eat 1,000 calories is just not enough, right? So I definitely rush. And to avoid rushing, I've started just taking food with me to other classes, which I know is against the rules, but some teachers are nice about it and they understand. But I have to put my body first before, that rule, because if I don't, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to I'm going to physically be at a unideal state because of baseball. At the end of the day, I go and practice 2.5 hours, and I'm an outfielder. So a lot of what we do is running. I have to be fed. I have to be eaten. I can't be burning calories like crazy on no food.
So, should SLUH's lunch be longer? It depends who you ask. Some see it as a way to improve student well-being, while others worry about logistics. What's clear is that lunch isn't just about food. It's a small but important part of the day, and maybe, just maybe, it's worth rethinking.